Dear students, welcome to Commissionerate of Collegiate Education Learning Management System. In this video presentation, I am going to discuss about the topic biodiversity and its importance. This topic is covered under life skill course, that is environmental education. Myself, Vinny Teja, lecturer in chemistry, SKR and SKR, Government College for Women, Autonomous Kadapa. In this presentation, I am going to discuss about the learning outcomes of biodiversity and then definition of biodiversity, importance and values of biodiversity. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to understand what is biodiversity and its value. You will be able to gain knowledge on the importance of biodiversity. You can explain how variety of plants and animals support each other in food chain and food web. You will be able to analyze the importance of complexity of biodiversity and can assess the necessity of sustainability of biodiversity and ecosystem services. So let us understand what is biodiversity and its definition first. The term biodiversity was coined by Walter Z. Rosen in 1985. It means the richness and variety of life, that is, variety of genes, variety of species, and variety of ecosystems. Biodiversity is defined as the variability among living organisms from all sources, including inter alia, terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems, and the ecological complexes of which they are the part. This includes diversity within the species, between species, and among the ecosystems. In this slide, you can see the variety of plants, flowers, fruits, different animals, amphibians, fishes, different species of flowers, birds, microorganisms, etc. Hence, the biodiversity is nothing but variety of different species. Biodiversity helps to maintain the health of the earth and its life forms. The greater the variety of species on earth, the healthier the biosphere is. The term biodiversity is a short form of biological diversity, in which the word bio means life and diversity means variety. Now, let us move to the next topic, that is importance of biodiversity. Biodiversity is extremely important for the well-being of our planet. It maintains the health of the earth and its people. It provides us with food and medicine. It contributes to the economic development of the country. Biodiversity of an ecosystem contributes to the sustainability of that ecosystem. The sustainability is ability of an ecosystem to maintain its structure and function over time. The more sustainable an ecosystem is, the better it can handle the environmental stress. Hence, higher biodiversity means more sustainability. Lower biodiversity means less sustainability. High biodiversity in an ecosystem means that there is an availability of greater varieties of genes and species in that ecosystem. Here you can see the helix of sustainability, which explains us the repetition of biodiversity. Importance of biodiversity can be classified as ecological importance, economic importance, ethical importance, and scientific importance. Biodiversity is ecologically very important. The services that are provided by the biodiversity include: it controls soil erosion. Soil organisms reduce the soil erosion by improving porosity and storage of water, which holds soil and roots. Biodiversity improves the soil quality by increasing the flexibility of soil to environmental challenges. Better agricultural yields are possible with good quality soils. Biodiversity also forms a healthy ecosystem. It is very important to sustain a healthy ecosystem that supplies oxygen, fresh air and water, pollination of plants, wastewater treatment, and many ecosystem services. For example, plants produce oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. Animals breathe oxygen and release carbon dioxide, which is consumed again by the trees. This forms a cycle that shows the connection between the species in the ecosystem. Biodiversity protects its species and natural resources in the ecosystem. The key indicator of health of an ecosystem is its biodiversity. Healthy ecosystems purify our air and water, maintain the quality of soil, recycle the nutrients, regulate the climate, and provides us with food and protects the species. Even if certain species are affected by climate change, pollution, or human activities, the healthy ecosystem as a whole adapt and survive. Biodiversity also controls the pollution. As the trees and other vegetation absorbs harmful pollutants such as oxides of nitrogen, excessive carbon dioxide, ozone, and particulate matter, it therefore improves the air quality. Biodiversity is the major source of study and research. Scientific studies help to promote the development of human beings, animals, plants, social and economic development, etc. Biodiversity plays a vital role in nutrient recycling. For example, plants take nutrients from the soil and the air, and these nutrients can then form the basis of food chains, which is utilized by variety of other life forms. Healthy biodiversity is very important in reducing the risks from natural disasters. By controlling soil erosion and preventing deforestation, we can reduce the risks from climate shocks and natural calamities. Biodiversity is economically very important. It provides food to all living organisms in this ecosystem. It helps in providing fossil fuel, petrol, and natural gas. It also helps in the sustainable growth of wood by increasing forests. Scientists have developed several medicines for many incurable diseases from plants and other living organisms. Rich biodiversity is essential for economic growth and poverty reduction. It extends up to the production of high-yielding varieties of plants and animals. It is the chief source of raw materials for the industries. Biodiversity provides economic support to the farmers, fishermen, and also to the poor population in rural areas by creating career opportunities that results in the poverty reduction. Biodiversity plays an important role in development of tourism. It creates natural tourism such as wildlife watching, mountain trekking, camping and scuba diving, bird watching, animal watching, and attracts the tourists, thereby promoting the economic development of the country. Healthy biodiversity has the ethical importance of protecting all life forms on Earth. All living organisms have an equal right to live and exist on Earth. Ethics and morality teach us to preserve all forms of life and not to harm any organism unnecessarily. The scientific importance of biodiversity is to perform research and experiments on species of plants and animals to make new developments in agriculture and medicine. It helps the scientists to find evidences about the evolution of life in certain species. Now, let us try to understand the importance of biodiversity in the form of values. Biodiversity is the valuable natural resource for the survival of living organisms. It provides a variety of ecological services from its species and ecosystems that are essential at local, regional, and global level. In this image, we can find different values of biodiversity. Plants and animal species on mountain ranges provide us food. They control climate, and in our country, Himalayan mountains are the place for spiritual values. And the forests provide us timber, food, and it regulates the climate, and it is the aesthetic value of biodiversity. Coming to the rivers, freshwater, disease regulation, ecotourism are the values that are provided by the rivers. And below ground, the biodiversity provides us flood defense, carbon recycling, and maintains the air quality. At the coastal regions also we get food and hazard risk mitigation, recreation and ecotourism possible. These are some of the important values of biodiversity we can understand from this image. The biodiversity can be categorized into different values based on its direct use and indirect use by the mankind. They include ecological value, consumptive use value, productive use value, social value, ethical and moral value, aesthetic value, and option value. Coming to the ecological value of biodiversity, this value is a life support service value. In planet Earth, each species plays a unique role in the ecosystem. Ecological balance is maintained through this role. Services like supply of oxygen, maintenance of soil fertility, nutrient recycling, biogeochemical cycles, water cycle, stable climate, wastewater treatment, prevention of soil erosion, pollutant absorption, reduction of threat due to global warming, and many more are provided by the healthy ecosystem to maintain the environmental or ecological balance. Consumptive use value. It is a direct use value where the products of biodiversity are harvested and consumed directly. For example, food. Many tribal societies completely depend on forests for their livelihood and habitation. And biodiversity provides the fuel. Since ages, our forests have been used for fuel wood. Around the world, more than 1500 million people still cook their food by burning wood. The fossilized biodiversity products include coal, petroleum, and natural gas, etc. Biodiversity also provides us the medicine. About 75% of the world's population depends upon the plants and plant extracts for medicine. Some examples include penicillin from fungus called Penicillium and quinine from bark of cinchona tree and vinblastin from Catharanthus plant are some famous medicines that are extracted from the plants. Next is the productive use value. This is also a direct use value assigned to the products of biodiversity that are harvested and marketed commercially. Many forest products are valuable, expensive, and have the productive use. For example, silk from silkworms, rubber from plants, and wool from sheep, and similarly, lac from lac insects, etc. Besides, many industries commercially depend on the products of biodiversity. For example, textile industry, paper and pulp industry, leather industry, plywood industry, and pearl industry, etc. The social value of biodiversity is related to the social life, religion, and spiritual aspects of the people. In our country, many plants like tulsi, trees like neem, mango, peepal, and lotus, etc., are considered holy and sacred. Many animals like cow, snake, monkey, bull, peacock, etc., also have special importance. Thus, biodiversity has distinct social value attached with different societies. Live and let others live is the basic principle of ethical and moral value of biodiversity. Every life form on this earth has the right to exist. Man is only a minor part of the earth's vast family of species. For the continuous survival of the human race, we must protect all diversity. That means all the life must be preserved. Coming to the aesthetic value of biodiversity, the biodiversity enhances the beauty of our planet. Without plants, animals, and other life forms, Earth would be like any other barren planets revolving in the universe. Quality of life on Earth is mainly because of the existence of variety of species. Hence, biodiversity is the direct cause of pleasure and provides inspiration for all kinds of artwork. Keeping future possibilities open for their use is called option value of biodiversity. It suggests that any species of the present day may be proved as the species of greatest use after some day. The search for various species is already under process for finding answers to several environmental issues. The environmental problems being addressed to be pollution, ways to fight diseases like cancer, diabetes, AIDS, COVID-19, and others, etc. If we destroy the biodiversity, then we lose the opportunity of finding solutions for these things. Hence, preservation of biodiversity for future generations is our responsibility. Let us summarize the topics that we have discussed so far. We discussed the definition of biodiversity. It means the variety of life. And then biodiversity has ecological importance, economic importance, social and ethical importance, and scientific importance as well. Later, we have also studied the importance in the form of values of biodiversity. Direct values include consumptive use value and productive use value. Consumptive use value provides food, shelter, and health. Productive use value is the financial support value. We have also discussed the indirect values. Biodiversity imparts social values, moral and ethical values. It enhances the beauty of nature through its aesthetic value. Biodiversity provides us the possibilities and opportunities for our future generations through the option value. Here are some web references you can access to get additional information on biodiversity. You can also scan the given QR codes to watch animated videos on biodiversity and importance of biodiversity. I hope you have understood this topic very well. And my sincere thanks to APCCE for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you all.